Hey and welcome to my channel. I am a licensed cosmetologist of 7 years, even though I've been doing nails for 8 years. And yeah, so basically today's video is going to be about kind of like my nail journey and kind of how I got to where I got and how I became the nail tech that I am today. I get a lot of clients ask me this question a lot, and I've had a lot of aspiring nail techs and current nails even ask me this question, like, how did you become a nail tech? Just out of curiosity, I'm sure. And I do know that everybody's experience is different, so I just wanted to come on here and share mine and my journey and how I got to where I am today as a nail tech. So mine actually started off in childhood, right? So I grew up around women who were already cosmetologists and were already in the beauty industry, right? So it was a heavy focus on taking care of your skin and, beauty rituals basically, right? So growing up already knowing that, when I was in middle school, there was a situation between me and my mom where she was like, you gotta do your own hair from now on. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I basically learned how to do my own hair, and I was really bad at first, then got really good, and I got so good I was like, you know what, I think that I want to do cosmetology when I get to high school. So having that on my mind in middle school, I end up going to like cosmetology camp. I'll just say cosmetology camp with my aunt, who was enrolled in the same Cosmo program that I was going to be in high school. So I kind of got a little touchy feel about how the program kind of operates, and I ain't gonna lie, that kind of pushed me into wanting to do it even more. So when I got to high school, I was like 100%, I'm gonna do hair, I'm gonna be a hairstylist, this is what it is. I've been practicing hair on me and everybody else since middle school. I'm not good on nobody else yet, but I'm cold on me. So I'm thinking that me going to cosmetology school is gonna take me to the next step, right? So boom, get to freshman year, they tell me you can't do cosmetology until you're a junior. It's because it's a 2-year program, junior and senior, and you take your state exam. If you pass, you become a licensed cosmetologist. Okay, cool. So I make sure I pass all my classes, I met all the requirements, so that way I would be able to do the program when the time came for me to enroll in the program. So time came, obviously I was able to get enrolled into the program. Thankfully, I paid for my kit. The class is free. The class is free, by the way, in high school. All I do is pay for my kit, right? And the way that the class worked for the state exam was, originally you had to pay for your own test, but with the year I was, they kind of changed the rules a little bit for my school, and they said, well, every service that you do in school, we're going to take that money and put it towards your test. So I believe most of the students in my class, all of our tests were free. We did enough services to cover the cost of the test. So yeah, so free course, free test, pay for your kit and whatever supplies you want to have throughout the course of the program, minus some free things that the class will give you or just have in the background for us to utilize and learn with, right? So we're going through cosmetology school, and obviously they're teaching us, well, not obviously, but those who didn't know, cosmetology school teaches you about every aspect of the beauty industry. So you're going to learn lashes, makeup, esthetician work like skincare, facials, waxing, and obviously pedicures, manicures, and acrylics. We went over it, but I feel like when we got to the acrylic chapter, we kind of just skipped right past it. All my teacher really taught was manicures and pedicures, and that's all she really focused on. But when it came to the nail enhancement version, it was nothing. Nail art, not a thing, right? Which I understand, because school doesn't teach you all that. School teaches you disinfection, sanitation, anatomy, history, even, and the chemical breakdowns and stuff, really. So I didn't know that. I learned that in school. That's all that you're really gonna learn. So I'm glad I got the program for free in high school. I would have hated to pay like $6,000 for that, but I digress. So I go through the program, and when we got to nail section, I'm like, hey, Miss Carnes, my teacher now, hey, Miss Carnes, I really want to focus on nails. I thought we kind of went past that, and she was like, well, I would focus more on it, but I don't think the rest of your classmates even really care about nails, and we already like did the required lesson for the state, so I'm not really gonna focus on it anymore. And besides, that's not my specialty. I never did nails as my this is her talking to me, like, so she said she never did nails in her active career in the industry. All she did was do hair, so that's what she knows to do. So she can't teach me anything essentially outside of the book. So she said, we do have the old kit and books and equipment from the nail tech program, and I will give it all to you for you to learn on your own. Which, you know, it sucks she couldn't teach me, but I love that she gave me DVDs and books, and I mean, she gave me all the resources. I was the only one in the class that even cared enough to do nails. I appreciate that. So I learned on my own, and you know, I was the only one in the class wanting to do it. So I learned on my own, and I was really bad for a while because, again, self-taught, trial and error. But eventually I started getting a little bit better as time goes on, obviously. Now at this point, I'm past my junior year, I'm in senior year now, so I'm just working on people and just trying to, you know, get my little stuff in the book. Now I'm doing finger waves and pin curls, and I ain't gonna lie, this whole time I'm working, as long as I've been doing hair, I was not getting better on other people. Like, I was snapping on myself. My hair was laid. Everybody else, not so much, right? So you would thought that my brain would have clicked like, girl, give up on hair, but I've never been like a quitter. So I just kept pushing anyways. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna be good at it. And I think that at the moment, nails was like my backup plan, but hair was like my main, I'm gonna do it, right? So senior year comes, it's time to take my state test. So I took my state board test in April, passed first try, just like that. And then I graduated in June from high school. So I had my license, I licensed for a little bit, and then I got my diploma. So throughout the whole summer, I think I'm just working at White Castle. I'm building up my kit, you know, I'm building up my nail kit, because I feel like I had everything I needed for hair. Because I've been doing it for so long, I didn't need more stuff in my hair kit, but my nail kit was very much empty. Like I said, I still wanted to do both, you know. So I'm working White Castle, I'm making out this whole list of supplies I'm gonna get for nails. Like, I'm having a ball. So by the time I got to college, cause I was doing all this because I knew that when I got to college, I was going to probably be doing like beauty services on the side, because I never wanted to be a broke college student. Like, that was not in the cards or my vision I had for myself in college, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna have them transfer my White Castle job to Terre Haute, because that's what my college was in Terre Haute, Indiana. So I'm like, well, they'll transfer me to my White Castle job in Terre Haute, and I'm gonna work there throughout the week, and then I'm gonna do nails on the weekend or whatever, make extra money, right? So that was the plan. We get to Terre Haute, I'm enrolled as a freshman, living in the dorms, life is good. I'm trying to start work at White Castle, and the transfer manager, the person at the new location, girl, he not answering the phone. I'm blowing him up. I'm calling my old job like, hey, did you reach out to him? Like, are you sure that you messaged him? Because homegirl couldn't order cups right. So I'm like, are you sure you reached out to this man to let him know I'm coming there? She's like, yes, I'm sure. I let him know that you are coming and you are a transfer. Boom, girl, he not answering. Every time I walk into the establishment, he in the back hiding. Like, oh, he not here today. The workers, oh, he not here today. Girl, boo. Whatever. So I called. So basically, I know after like 2 weeks of me trying to get a schedule, you know, funds is running low. 2 weeks in school. Come on now, like, come on. Girl, why I call my hometown White Castle, and she tells me, oh yeah, he said you haven't been coming to work, so we went ahead and fired you. Sorry, you just don't have a job anymore. Beep, hung up the phone. Like, damn. Like, okay, well, I guess I was mad, but I said, you know what? Like I said, I'm a very headstrong, determined person. It's not about to stop me. So I walked across campus to the nearest party, meetup, group of people. I found my skin folk, and I was like, hey, I do nails. Hey, I do nails. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, I walked the folks and was like, hi, I do nails. I didn't say my name. I didn't ask your name. It was irrelevant. Hey, I do nails. How much you charge? $20, any shape, any length, gel polish. Book me. Here go my site. Book me. You feel me? So that's why I ain't gonna lie. That's what I was doing. Just like that. I ain't gonna lie. Could not tell a lie. And from that day that I did that, had 0 clients, no clientele, I was booked out for the next 2 weeks. Could not make this up. Very much was surprised, because I ain't gonna lie. I always heard nails don't make no money. Hair is where the money's at, which I think everything in the beauty industry has money. I think a lot of things have money in it. It's about, can you get that money individually? Like, can you get that money? And you know, so I was getting that money. So I'm hype. I'm excited. No, nails is trash. Nails is ugly. I don't know what I'm doing. But somewhere within that first week, I had a client who booked the silk press, baby. I wasn't nothing silky about that press. That press was very much nappy. So after I fried her hair and took her money, ooh Lord, I'm so sorry. After I did that, I was like, I'm gonna take this off my booking site and we're done with hair. Right then and there, I decided I'm never doing no one else's hair again because I'm gonna get beat up one day. I am. Someone's gonna jump me if I keep doing this to folks' head. And I need to stop. I've learned my lesson. I'm not good at no one else's hair but my own, and that's what it is. So I left it alone and I only focused on nails. And that my freshman year was the year I taught myself everything. Like, I taught myself so much, because you gotta understand too, like back, what was this, 2017, 2018 of me doing nails independently, first year, I already taught myself everything, and there was no other resources like how it is now. You can go on any platform and you can get tips and tricks from any and everybody about how to do this and how to do that. That was not a thing for me. Like, I couldn't go on Instagram and find black nail techs and Hispanic nail techs and ask them tips, and there was no classes, and it just, this being a black nail tech was not a thing. It was very much rare. It didn't become a thing, honestly, until the pandemic. So I was on my own up until the pandemic, for real. So that was a lot of years under my belt of me just winging it, to be honest. Trial and error. For real, I'm winging it. Trial and error. So after my freshman year of college, I was like, okay, instead of working a regular job again, like most kids do during the summer, I'm gonna go to a nail shop. So before school ended, I already had my shops I was on call lined up. I said, hey, are you hiring? 2 shops told me yes. 1 shop, I couldn't even mess with y'all. I'm so glad I didn't go to them. 2nd shop told me yes, we're hiring, come on in, let's talk. Boom. So I'm excited. I throw my little bag on. I put all my nail stuff that I've been playing around with in my bag. I want to look impressive, Throw it in my bag. I go into a little shop. I talk to my manager looking me up and down like, who this black girl? Hey baby, I had the interview. It's me. Hello. So he's like, okay, let me, what's in your bag? First time he said, what's in your bag? Nail stuff, of course. He's like, well, let me see what's in it. So girl, I pull out this packet of brushes. I don't even know how. I never used the brushes. I just bought them because it's nail supplies, and one day I'm probably gonna need it when I learn how to use them. So I have nail supplies, brushes, polishes, like, yeah, I'm a nail tech, and this was in my bag. He's okay. Like, he shook his head with impressment, like, okay, girl, you did not come here to play. And didn't. I want the job, honey. So he looked at it, he said, oh, let me see your work. Instagram. Show him Instagram. I've been doing nails for like over a year at this point. So I had me a good lineup of work on there. It was trash, but it was very much up to standards of the time. So it was okay. He was okay, cool, we're gonna hire you, but we're gonna put you on pedicures because you got some work to do on your acrylics. We're gonna put you on feet. That was low-key a blessing. I learned feet in high school, but the way that you try to do feet in Cosmo is not the same way that you do feet in the shop. I thought Cosmo teaches you like deluxe pedicures. At least that's what mine was, like more like deluxe pedicures when I was in school. But in the shop, you got different levels. So he's like, man, we're not doing all that here. We're gonna do this, that, and that, and that's it. So take that 10-step list you got and bring it down to about a 5. So boom, that's what I did. That's why I learned how to do my 5-step pedicure, essentially. And I ain't gonna lie, I was making big checks, big money. You couldn't tell me nothing. Why I was broke, I couldn't tell you. I think I ate all my money. I ate it all. I ate it because it was fast food all right here on that Main Street, baby. I'm ordering out every single day. I'm young. I'm single. I'm that girl. I feel like, so I'm blowing money. You feel me? I'm trying to start. I'm starting up other businesses too that I had for a little, because I sold lip gloss and clothes at 1.2. So inventory was going to that. And when I made my money back from that, girl spent it on BS. So yeah, money. I'm broke. I'm making money, but I'm broke. You know how that goes. So I'm working at this shop for about 2 years, and then they finally fired me because I came missing work. I was in college. Like, babe, what do you expect? Like, I can't be here every weekend like y'all want me to be. So they ended up firing me at one point during the summer, and I ended up, working from home for like a day. And then the next day I went to another shop to get my feet done, and I got hired at that shop because the homeboy was nipping at my cuticles. He was cutting my foot up. So I had to go down. I had to get the little cuticle nippers to help him out a little bit. And the manager saw me helping out his coworker, his what you call him? Helping out his worker. So he was like, oh, you do nails. I see you doing what you're doing and you're doing it real good. So do you do nails? I'm like, of course I do nails. So we go outside and we talk, and he's just like, yeah, you can start tomorrow. Come when you want, leave when you want. And when he said that, he had me. But he messed up, because I just got off this slave boat of a job that was like, come here on your off days, come here on your weekends, 9 a.m. to 8 o'clock every single day except for Mondays because we close. And yeah, you don't get no lunch break, you don't get nothing. You work, and you get your money. Ain't no lunch break, ain't no snacks. Snacks? You don't get snacks here, lunch. So I'm used to being in that shop working and slaving every day, all day. I come to this shop, he says, come when you want, leave when you want. In the summertime, and I'm on sophomore college year summer break, I'm outside. I just got me a new boo. I'm trying to be outside. You feel me? But yeah, that didn't last long, because I wasn't going to work like I was supposed to go. He fired me. I did my whole work day, and I think that the day I came, my last day I worked, I decided I'm gonna stop playing around. I'm gonna really come to work. Girl, he fired me the day I decided that I was gonna start coming to work. So I guess it was too late. I got fired. Okay, whatever, cool. I'm back at home. I'm working out of my house again. Life is going on. Life is happening. And then I'm gonna give me a little nail shop job. This is my last nail. This is my third and my last nail shop job I worked at. And this shop, I think that I wanted to work here before, and they weren't hiring last time I had asked. But like, I want to work in the shop so bad because it was so highly rated, so highly talked about. Like, I'm gonna lie, when I put this nail shop in my bio, I was getting like all types of searches and books, and I mean, I ain't gonna lie, this shop holds some credibility behind it. It really, really did. Like, and it taught me the stuff that I needed to know to kind of like put the cherry on the top of my career, because there were certain things that I did not know that I'm like, I don't know how to figure it out, because no, I don't have nobody to teach me stuff. So I learned from these shops I bounced around to. And when I went to this shop, they taught me my last little few things I really didn't know, and I felt like that girl. For real, even though I didn't really fit in with the atmosphere. I ain't gonna lie, the atmosphere was giving entitled. It was giving, I'm the nail tech, you pay me, this my shop, I run this stuff. Like, that's what the shop is giving. I was more used to the humble, like, hi, I'm your nail tech, like, nice to meet you, you know, service, the service attitude. They were very much like, I'm doing you if everybody doing your nails. Like, that was the vibe the shop gave, and it really wasn't my vibe. But you know, the money was fire. The money was fire. What's what I'm looking for? The credibility was fire. So it was cool. But I noticed that it was unorganized. Everybody's price was kind of different. You know, I ain't gonna go too much, because honestly, I really like the shop and I really wanted to go back at one point in time. So I'm not gonna talk bad about them, because I really don't got nothing bad to say. It's just, it wasn't, I didn't fit in at the moment in time working at the shop, right? So I asked the manager, can I be part-time? She told me hell no. So I was like, all right, well then I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna quit. And I could tell you a story about that at the time. But I ended up quitting that job, and that was my last time working in a nail shop. And then from that moment forward, I have been home based. Not a shop, not a suite, not a nothing. I'm home based, and I like it. It's convenient for me. During the pandemic, it works for me. I'm a mom now. It works for me. I love working from home. Not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to not working from home in the future. I'm really not. But it is what it is. But yeah, that's my journey. And now, me being home based, I feel like, even though I have the skill now, I think that I've been trying to better my experience overall. Like, I've been trying to build onto the ambiance of my customers' experience coming to my home. You know, when I get the nails done with me. And that's what I really been trying to focus on, because I have the skill at this point. I feel like my skills really built up to the point I could actually teach people. But yeah, I'm confident now as a nail tech. I feel really good, and I can't believe that I almost was not a nail tech. I cannot believe that I was about to go to college and work at White Castle instead. I'm blessed. I feel like them playing with me at White Castle was a blessing. It was a blessing, and I'm thankful for it. So yeah, that's my journey of me becoming a nail tech license, and just a quick run through of how I got to where I got. And I hope that I covered everything. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them below in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. I feel so naked without a necklace on. I feel like my discoloration is showing, but it's okay because I'm human, and humans have discoloration sometimes. Like, I'm just a girl. You feel me? With dark marks here and there. It's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. And I keep fidgeting because I'm nervous.